Hey everybody, I'm Cyborg, and I'm joined by Temp, and today we have Year 5, issue number 18 of the Injustice series. So if you have not tuned into the other ones, definitely go do so. We don't want to spoil you. But hey, thanks for tuning in, guys. Like the video, subscribe. We appreciate you. We love you guys. Thank you. You loyal viewers that have kept up with us. The phone going off and things. Ding ding. Just gonna throw that on the ground. Destroy it. Not part of your system. Okay, so we start off with Batman talking to Lex, and we get some sort of explanation on what we were discussing last time.
Yeah.
He basically explains that they've been gathering the DNA, or the ability to do so, I should say, not the DNA, but the data for tracking and compiling data on alternate Earths for years, he says, and he's been stockpiling some of the Speed Force energy while Flash has been helping him, unknowingly, to do so. So, I guess there is some reason for it taking as long as it has. So, then we have the conundrum of how do we get a mother box? Because that's the thing they need to make all of this work. To go into the different dimensions and universes and such. So Batman has a plan. I'm making sure my dog doesn't eat my wires. And okay. Good Zatanna. Good. Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog. Woo. Anyways. His plan is Deathstroke. Deathstroke. The Deathstroke the Destroyer? Deathstroke the Killer. Deathstroke the Assassin?
The Terminator?
Deathstroke the Terminator. There you go. I knew it was one of them. I was way off. And
I mean synonyms, but yeah.
Sure. And so he's got to sneak into Star Labs, which is in North Dakota, and it's like one of the highest security buildings they have. So, but no problem for Deathstroke. He goes in, he takes down a bunch of guards, and he's trying to figure out which box it's actually in because he doesn't know which one it's actually in. So he's searching through several boxes. He ends up taking out a ton of guards who think the fight's going to be easy, and he makes it a point to keep asking them, "How easy is it?" And the last one says, "It's a big problem. It's not a little problem." So he got the answer he's looking for. Killed them all seemingly, and then Metamorpho comes out. So this is the first time we're seeing Metamorpho since the Year 4 annual, where he was the guard of the old prison, or the warden. And that's the end of that first chapter, is when Metamorpho appears and knocks down Deathstroke, and then we carry on going forward. But first we start off with Hal discovering Zaz's dead body. Poor Zaz, you bastard, you. And he's just been brutally murdered in his cell, and he goes up to Sinestro, and he goes, "Let me guess, there's no video. How is it that in the highest secure prison, the most secure prison on the planet, that somebody was killed? And that there's no video," which Sinestro is toying with him as he was before, and he says, "Yep, no video." It's this weird freak malfunction of the camera in his cell, and we see a silhouette, clearly looking like Damian, and Hal comes back with, "Or someone deliberately jammed it." Sinestro still being coy, who can say? And he goes, "You want me to venture a guess?" And Sinestro says, "That's all it will be, because you don't know, do you?" And then we see Damian slaughtering Zaz in great panel art, silhouette art, I should say. And as Damian is murdering him, he asks which mark is Alfred. And I guess there's over 100 wounds found on Zaz's body. That's how brutal this was. And Zaz says that it's his favorite, and he points to the one. Which is a great response, by the way. "Which mark is Alfred?" "My favorite." And he just smiles that sick smirk. And then Hal says, "A revenge killing. Cold-blooded murderer," as he walks away with a frown. The guy that killed Guy Gardner, everyone. In cold-blooded murder. A revenge killing in his mind. Hal Jordan, everyone. Hal Jordan.
I'm a little more sympathetic, but I mean, again, like I I see where you're coming from. I think a case can be made for him, though. I still hold hope for the Jordan.
Jordan. Then we cut back to Deathstroke, and he's fighting Metamorpho, and Metamorpho's getting the best of him, and he's getting a little bit cocky about it because he just seemingly has an answer for everything Deathstroke's throwing at him. But as Metamorpho's about to end Deathstroke, he calls back 2 little beads that he had hidden behind Metamorpho on the ground that he shot prior to that. He threw that shit before he even came in the room, like Black Dynamite does with his boomerangs. I love that movie. And those 2 go back into the back of Metamorpho's head and seemingly kill him. So Deathstroke has done what he needed to do, terminated him. He gets the mother box, but then a ton of more guards come out, which he handles with ease once again, but then Cyborg shows up as well as Raven. Deathstroke's not making out of this one. They capture him. We see Batman talking to Lex. Lex advises, that he's not talking, and Batman says he won't talk, and he asks if they know why he was there, but seemingly they do not. They're questioning him. And then Batman shows that he has a full schematic. Oh my god, schematic. I was thinking, talking's difficult. Schematic of the mother box, digital schematic of the mother box, because Deathstroke sent it to him knowing full well that he was not going to make it out of there. And he says, "Is this enough to build our machine?" And Lex says, "Absolutely." And that's where we leave it off. Thoughts, sir?
I mean, it was not a terribly deep issue, but I enjoyed it. There was a lot of fun stuff here.
Yeah.
You were right. There was a fairly satisfactory explanation about the Otherworld stuff. So, okay, good stuff. Props to him. I really liked the Deathstroke coming out of retirement stuff. That was a lot of fun to me because Batman, at first he's like, "I'm retired. Why would I help you, Batman?" And Batman basically convinces him by saying, "Everyone said you wouldn't do it." He's like, "I'm in." And then finally, he's right back in the suit. He's in the facility, like in the next panel. I mean, it kind of makes sense because Deathstroke can't be happy with this lifestyle given what he does and why he does it. Like,
yeah, he even said that he should have never taken the suit off. Once he put it back on, he's like, "Man, I should have never taken this off." So.
Yeah, I just picture him walking like through his huge house by all his like exotic plants and then over his pool and being like, "God, I'm lonely." And so it's fun for me, It's a lot of fun to see Deathstroke. And also, it's almost like Zach Brannigan, how they portray him at the pool. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Good stuff. I forgot about Deathstroke. I don't know about you, but I fucking forgot about Deathstroke.
Yeah, I did as well.
Man, I'm sure I had other things to say, but gosh, the Deathstroke stuff was so fun. I think he's murdering people. What do you think? It looks like murder. What do you think? I can't tell.
I think murder. I mean, it is Deathstroke. Yeah. I don't think he has any convictions.
Kind of makes you think back to that scene where Batman's like, "I have a better idea." Just kind of makes you think twice about it. But yeah, good issue. Yeah, good stuff. Like I said, not terribly deep, but
I mean, there's a soldier missing his head, and it's laying 3 feet from his body.
Okay,
and there's a pool of blood. It's the one where it's right before Metamorpho shows up. It's the panel right before that where you see all the bodies laying on the ground. In the bottom right, there's just a head laying next to the body, next to a pool of blood. There's a guy, one guy's arms cut off. Like, yeah, he did not take it easy on him.
Those people had families. But yeah, good stuff. I don't know if I have much more to say. Even the art's pretty good. At least I didn't see any like red flags. At least nothing that stuck to mind.
Yeah. So yeah, overall a fun issue. Not like a great issue, but it was fun. It served its purpose. It was nice seeing Deathstroke for sure. It was nice seeing Metamorpho again as well. I didn't expect to see him either. But yeah, I completely forgot about Deathstroke, so it was nice to see him. Looks like he's captured now, so I don't know what the follow-up is there. But for now, yeah, curious what they do in these last few issues for the series.
Yeah, there's not a lot of time left. We're at the end. There's not a whole lot to do at this point.
2 more issues in a annual, which is going to be its own thing, I guess. So
you're almost there, Batwoman. You're almost there.
Yeah. Just 2 more issues. You can do this, baby.
The end was just the death of Batwoman. The gruesome death of Batwoman.
She gets it worse than anybody else in the series somehow. Alfred was nothing compared to Batwoman.
Ooh, thank you for reminding me. Yes, Zaz, the death of Zaz.
Yeah.
Not a good look for Damian, because if Damian really wanted to get back at Zaz, I think killing him wasn't the way to go, because Zaz was enjoying it. That's not really a satisfying revenge. I think if you really wanted to piss off Zaz, give him like a little like tally mark for someone he didn't kill, and it's like, okay, well now your count's all fucked up. Have a good day, Zaz. Yeah. But no, it's typical Nightwing being a dumbass, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you just start scarring up his body, like writing over his count. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Don't tell him how many he's got.
Knock him out with like drugs, and then just start cutting him up, and there you go.
Superman with green light, he'd be like, Damian, that's a great idea.
Start cutting off some of his tally marks, like cut off parts of his skin.
Just get rid of a graft of skin.
I mean, that's his life. That's his life's work right there. Obviously, he takes a lot of pride in it. So yeah, I mean, that would be the way to get to him. He'd probably kill himself at that point, and then you have like the moral victory. It's like a game of chess, but yeah.
Gotta play the long game, dude.
I did like the use of Zaz in this comic, though. He's one of those characters that you wouldn't have expected him being any sort of prominent role, but he did play quite a prominent role when all things are said and done, so it's interesting, for sure.
It's kind of, I mean, I would say it sounds dumb and shallow and stupid, but I kind of feel that way about Captain Cold, where now that he doesn't have to pursue crime anymore, he just lived the dream of serving the coldest beers possible. That's funny to me. I love that. I'm almost pissed that wasn't part of his bio, but whatever.
All right, well, on that note, we will see you next time tomorrow for issue number 19. So thank you guys for tuning in, and take care.
Later.